Great Minnesota get-together going on right across the parking lot. You've been there. How's it going?
I've been twice. I've eaten only 2 things. I find out that I never really venture and try anything new, ever.
Really?
I always say I'm going to, and then I'm like, I've gotten a Euro both times I've been there.
Dino's?
No, this other one.
I think that's the brand that...
Yeah, this other one, and then I got cheese curds. Have you been yet?
I have not been yet. I will go, but...
Yeah, it's fun. I like going, yeah.
What else did you have to eat there? What was part of your shtick on your show? I think boogers?
Yeah, we had this jelly bean bit. It's AJ, literally, the guy that co-hosts Saturdays with Sauce with me, almost threw up. It was so gross. These jelly beans that are either one thing or the other. Oh, God, it makes me sick right now.
I think we should do that on this show sometime so that people can see you actually put it in your mouth and then...
I don't know if you can I don't know if you can throw up on TV.
Really?
I mean, I don't think you can. I think it's like against some kind of FCC thing. I'm not kidding. I think it is.
We'll put a bucket over there and you just walk off camera.
Gross.
We'll be fine.
I don't want to throw up.
Let's start the show. I don't want to throw up either. I want you to. I think that would be the fun.
No, I'm not throwing up. I'm above throwing up. Oh, one of them's rotten egg. Oh, God. They're so bad. Oh,
rotten egg might make you throw up.
I had one yesterday. It's so gross, and it tastes like you got an egg. Oh, God.
Just
why did you bring that up?
I'm sorry. That's how I wanted to start the show. It was
now
a food
I'm going to be
thing,
sick to my
fair.
stomach.
All right. I'm Matt Montgomery. He's Paul MeatSauce Lambert. We're here to talk sports. The only show in town where we can talk about puking and then turn it into Vikings with that segue.
I hope we can talk about other things now. That's all I can think about.
All right, so the Vikings, 3-0 preseason. They win today at home against the Chargers, 23-10. I wanted to grill you right away. Last week you said Teddy Bridgewater, a bottom 5 quarterback in the entire league. Today, his performance, 12 of 16, 161 yards, a touchdown. Your thoughts?
I thought he was really good today. I thought he was really good. He looked precise. He threw some really good passes. He threw the ball where he needed to throw it when he needed to be done. He made decisive decisions. He moved well in the pocket. He stepped up in the pocket. He got sacked a couple times, but you can blame the offensive line. You can blame him.
I think for sure the first one I think was Clemens' fault. They showed the replay. There was a stunt. They got bashed up. But
yeah, I get it. But I think he played really well today. But the one thing we don't really get out of him is consistency. We got to see it consistent. And until we can go an entire season where we don't have a 100-yard passing game, then we can move on from that. But everybody said he's got this arm strength problem. And all these coaching gurus and all these people say the one thing a quarterback in the NFL needs to do is throw that sideline route. He threw a couple of them today, and they were great passes. He looked pretty good today. It's preseason, so we can't make any kind of bold decision. But if he does this 3, 4, 5 games into the season and they're 5-1, then I'll take back what I said. But as of right now, I still think that.
Well, I'm going to remember it then, and I'll just keep bringing it up. If he has these performances, if he has bad ones, I'll just kind of politely forget it until the next week.
My wig's in my eye.
You should have taken care of that in the green room.
I'm good.
All right, so Teddy, I thought the most impressive play that he had today was that 22-yard run where he totally faked the guy out. His scrambling ability, it's never necessarily been questioned, but it just seemed like today it was almost one of the showcase plays early on.
Yeah, and he gave a lot of credit to Adrian Peterson. He said
really?
That because Adrian Peterson, you watch him make these moves and all that stuff, he goes, you take notes and you watch him make a spin move, which he did, and he made a really good move, and then he ran and got that first down. I think the thing that we've seen from him so far is he doesn't look like he did in his first 2 years. In his first year, he looked just scared. His second year, he looked timid. And as they said, the one thing they said going into the offseason is cut it loose. Just get out there, throw the football. We'll put the bodies around you as long as Kyle Rudolph can hang on to the ball, and we'll march you down the field and get you some points. But if he could stand in that pocket and cut it loose, we may see a big improvement. But anything's a big improvement from 14 touchdowns? You can't have 14 touchdowns. And they still won 11 games.
Yeah.
So if he can double that, this could be a really good football team.
All right. Adrian Peterson obviously not playing fifth season. We're not going to see him. Jerick McKinnon in his place had a pretty good game.
Yeah.
8 attempts, 56 yards. Some nice moves also. What are your thoughts on Jerick McKinnon? Matt Asiata had a few carries, but Matt Asiata, I remember, is that power back that's always going to get you
He's
a few.
That goal line
he did
back.
not look like he had any of that force or that power up front.
I wonder what they'll do with him, because they got to cut down tomorrow. Or Tuesday, but it's soon.
Two cuts by next week.
They got to cut down to
75,
and I'm sure there's 20. They're at what? How many are they at? 95 or something.
I forget how many are on
let's
the
just say
roster right
they
now.
got. There's 15 guys that they instantly get rid of.
Sure.
But there's 5, 6, 7, 8 in this first set of cuts that they're going to be like, If you put him here, can he do this? Can you do that? You know, he had a couple injuries today. Anton Exum went out, and then the other guy they think went out with an Achilles. I mean, there's some injuries that pile up. So they'll have some tough choices to make when it comes to, you know, cutting down this roster. But with Jerick McKinnon, the offensive line blew open some holes for him today, but a couple times he had to make some moves and be shifty like he is. The beauty of Jerick McKinnon is you can't see him behind the offensive line. That's what makes him good, is you can't see him, and then once he makes that first cut and goes, then you see him out in the field, and it might be too late because he's really fast. I like Jerick McKinnon. He's a great player.
That first run you were talking about where that hole was so huge, my first thought was, I wonder if Adrian would have been able to break that one.
Yeah, I think, and maybe this is a preposterous statement, but I think as of right now, I bet Jerick McKinnon is faster than Adrian Peterson.
Running speed, pads, everything?
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, we saw a couple times last year, Adrian Peterson got caught, where Adrian Peterson 4 or 5 years ago doesn't get caught. He was caught a couple times in last season, so he's a year older. But, yeah, Jerick McKinnon will be good. I think C.J. Ham might make this team, just as a third back. Matt Asiata I don't know if you really need Matt Asiata.
Are you going to go out on a limb like you did with Cordero and say you think, or you're just saying it's a possibility?
Well, I think it's a possibility. I mean, Matt Asiata is a good running back. He had a bunch
within
of
the 5.
But it's a Leroy Horde thing where he's not going to – if you have to rely on Matt Asiata, you're in deep trouble.
Sure. Well, only way that happens is injuries. Storylines, there didn't seem to be a whole lot. Berger got the first half start instead of Sullivan, but you're saying that Zimmer after the game?
Yeah, with Greg Coleman on KFan after the game said that they were doing it just to see Fusco and Berger right next to each other. So I think,
and that's preseason, so it makes sense. Now's the time to do it.
I think Sullivan gets the start, but and this is just obviously my opinion, I think if Sullivan, if they name, let's say they came out tomorrow and said Joe Berger's the starting center week 1 going into Tennessee, I think they cut John Sullivan.
Really?
He makes too much money. And the reason that you keep Berger, if Berger isn't named the starter, why he's on the team, is because he plays right guard. Sullivan only plays center. He makes a lot of money.
Right.
If Sullivan isn't the starting center going into Tennessee, I bet he's cut.
But Berger is also a free agent after this season, so he could be costing us a lot of money 1 year down the road, don't you think? And he is more versatile and can play different positions. I think he also plays guard both sides.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make sense to try to keep them both?
Well, no, but I think if you name you can't have a backup center making the money that John Sullivan. That's ludicrous, because does he make $7 or $8 million a year? You can't have a center making that money if he doesn't start.
Ludicrous, that's a good word.
I love that word.
Good for
also
you.
A great rapper.
All right, we got a minute left here to talk about Vikings. The stadium today pretty much made its national debut on Fox. It seemed like there were not any warts. Everybody was happy. Everybody was just glowing about how great it was. The doors didn't open. I thought if they were going to put those 95-foot doors open today, I mean, beautiful weather outside. It's still summer. Thought maybe today would have been the day, but they didn't. Everybody seems to think the stadium, greatest thing in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I think it's cool, and AJ pointed out on Twitter that you even on TV, once you get in there and you realize it's an indoor stadium, it looks like an outdoor stadium because of that sweet,
so much light.
The light and the cool roof and all that. It's a cool place, and they said that it can get up to 114 decibels, which rivals the Metrodome. That place will be so loud on that Sunday night football game when the Packers roll into town. I can't wait.
That noise is similar to the laughter here in the CW studio when we get Todd going. It's just, it echoes in here. It's so loud.
Who the hell's Todd?
Todd's our boss.
We have
our boss who's in here right now.
You're making things up again, Matt.
No,
Stop doing drugs before we go to the show. There's no one else in here with us. There's a white room over there. That's it.
There's
no one
there's
else
plenty
here.
of stuff in here.
No, this is a beautiful mind moment. You have created Todd in your imagination. You have gone totally off your rocker. Todd doesn't exist.
Todd's my imaginary character. All right, we're going to talk a little NFL after this. We got the Gophers. We got the Twins dumpster fire. 10 losses in a row. Your team.
Good Lord.
All right, more after this. Welcome back. We're going to start off talking a little NFL. We're going to start Dallas Cowboys. Quarterback Tony Romo, broken bone in his back, out 6 to 10 weeks. Point of this, bringing this up and having the question, preseason, should starters, Adrian Peterson is our example, doesn't play for 5 years because he's a stud. We know that he doesn't have to. Somebody like Tony Romo or Teddy Bridgewater, starting quarterbacks, should they be out there as much as they are? Or is it too dangerous? Is it not worth the risk?
Tony Romo, they finished with the 5th overall pick because that's where they got Ezekiel Elliott. I think they were 5-11. I think they won their first. I think they won 4 games last year with Tony Romo as their quarterback. They won 1 without him. That's how valuable he is. And if you're Jerry, the problem with the Cowboys is Jerry Jones is so senile and stupid. He can't. You have to hire somebody to make these decisions. You have to.
Sure.
You can't put Tony Romo out there. Why would you ever start him? He may. I don't know. I like making these bold points. And
Keep doing it. I love it.
And then I just act like I never said it.
No, get mad.
Tony Romo should retire. I mean,
health-wise, broken back before.
He should retire. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. That puts you midway through October. By then, they have to. So the Dallas Cowboys will start Dak Prescott.
Dak's a great name.
And Ezekiel Elliott at quarterback and running back. 2 rookies at the prime positions in the NFL. I love that the Dallas Cowboys suck. I hate the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to be great. No, you're not. Screw off. You're 5-1. I hate the Cowboys. They're the worst.
I love how you're like.
No, but
I hate Jerry Jones. He's old and senile. I hate the Cowboys.
Everybody's always like, they're going to be great. They're horrible.
America's team, right?
They'll win 4 games. I hope Ezekiel Elliott does well because I got him in a fantasy team today. Nobody cares, but I had the 10th pick. It was sweet. I got Ezekiel and Devontae Freeman. I don't know who Devontae Freeman is. I just picked him.
He sounds like a food, a Devontae. Sounds like Devani's.
I would eat that.
They could sponsor us too. Devontae. All right, more NFL stuff. Getting a little bit controversial. I don't know what your take is on this, but Colin Kaepernick not standing up for the national anthem and saying that it's his form of protest. It's obviously, social media, it's picked up all over the place. Sports talk, radio, everybody's going with it. I wanted to see what your take is on his actions.
Colin Kaepernick has every right to do it. I mean, I have no idea what Colin Kaepernick has gone through. I never say, what some of the African Americans go through just in everyday life. I cannot speak on that because I'm obviously just a fat, overweight white guy from Minnetonka. He has every right to do whatever he wants. He has every right to stand up for that, which he does. I mean, he should. If that's the way that he wants to do it and that's the way that he wants to get, because it's getting a ton of momentum and everybody's talking
about it, right?
He is. It's the talk of the NFL as of right now. The one thing about it though is I get why he's doing it, but I don't know. I don't know what to say because I can't speak on what he's all that stuff that he's standing up for. It needs more people to pay attention to it. Some of the way that the minorities are treated and the African Americans are treated in this country that goes just under the radar is awful, awful. And it's not just African Americans and minorities, women, children, awful. We should stand up for all that. You should always stand up for stuff like that. But the one thing about Colin Kaepernick that weirds me out is I'm sure he believes in this 100%. But is he doing this so he doesn't get cut? Because if he gets cut, then the 49ers look like a bunch of racists if he gets cut. Not that they are.
That's like conspiracy theory.
But
almost.
He has every right to. It's a weird line. I tried to bring this up with AJ, who normally talks me out of saying things because I'm not. What I'm saying, the thing that I'm getting at is he has every right to do it. Every issue he talks about needs to be looked at. We have a problem in this country with the way that minorities and African Americans, everybody are treated. We have a problem in this country. He has every right to stand up for it, and I believe he should believe in that. I believe in most of it, what he says, but you also have to look at the history of the national anthem and all that.
Yeah.
But I think he's doing it for his reasons. 99% of it is for his reasons.
Sure.
1% of it is because he can't get cut. He can't.
Interesting.
It's just my take.
It's a good take.
I believe in everything that I believe in everything he says.
I think you were spot on.
But I think he's doing it because he can't get cut, because he's the third quarterback. Yeah. And his old teammate Boone was like, it's disrespectful that he didn't stand up. Yeah. But he's got every right to, and the issues that he's standing up for need somebody in a position like his to stand up for it. But there's a small percent of him, I think, that he's doing it for his own
job
personal
security.
gain. Yes.
All right. Well, you said enough. I don't have to answer. I thought you were spot on. It's his right.
Thanks.
He can do it. You don't necessarily have to agree with it, but it is his right.
It is his right.
It.
He has every right to do it.
Yeah.
And it should. Those issues are big issues in this country.
And I will bet for the rest of the season he does stand up now that his message has been out there.
He said he won't.
The team might sit down and talk with him. Maybe he's trying to get fired so he gets let go. Who knows?
But
you don't think so?
He's got too much guaranteed money.
Right.
I applaud him for doing it though.
All right.
For
standing
up
up
for the issue.
Yep.
But maybe I don't know.
Different way.
Move on before I say something.
All right, let's talk about the Gophers now. Season opener this Thursday at home against Oregon State. We haven't had a chance to talk too much about
the
them.
Beavers.
You say that again?
The Beavers.
There we go. Tracy Clays is hoping that the offense will improve. That's the biggest department that needs to improve. Last year they ranked 105th in the NCAA. He's hoping they'll be top 40, maybe top 50. Do you think that'll happen this year?
I think so. Let me just look here quick and see if they have it. They do. They don't. I wonder what the line is for that game.
Sure.
This team that they're playing, the Oregon State Beavers, are holding tryouts. A college team is holding tryouts. They should beat this team by 40 points. They should beat this team by 40 points. If they don't, here we go again with the Gopher squad. A college football team is holding
open tryouts.
They're
in Oregon, so they got the Ducks that they're competing with.
But
everybody
still,
goes there.
They were good a couple years ago. I mean, they had Steven Jackson. They were decent. They should. They should. The Gophers should win by 50 points. They should destroy them on Thursday night. They should kill them.
All right, let's talk.
Cool 108, by the way.
On Cool 108. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like that you're looking at the paper.
No, I knew that.
Let's get to the dumpster fire while we can. The Twins, season-long 10-game losing streak.
God.
They get swept in Baltimore.
Did you see how they lost yesterday?
Yeah, they had a huge lead and then they blew it.
They booted that ball,
Yeah.
and then I think it was
Kepler's
Kepler
dive?
boots it, and then I think Eddie Rosario was like,
Yeah.
what the?
That's like
so
me off
mad.
camera sometimes when you're talking.
He was so mad that he was like, what is happening? And they now move on to play Cleveland, the best team in the division, who they do have a winning record against. The Minnesota Twins should just shut it down. They should
shut it down. This could be their worst record on.
I hope they lose as many games. I hope they lose 105 games.
They might.
And I hope everybody gets fired. Everybody except for Dustin and Mitch down there should not be
Before
fired.
we go to break, when you wear your Whalers hat, I told you I had a worse hat than this. I'm going to try to break the streak. I brought it in today. This is my Twins hat, 1998. I wear it when I mow lawn, and I was on vacation. I have not worn this in about 2 weeks, so I'm blaming this.
Does Edward Scissorhands hold that?
No,
for
this
you?
is. I've washed it so many times. See, look what happened.
Why would
It's
you
beautiful.
wash it? Don't
so,
wash it.
Now, if
That
the Twins
takes
win
out
tomorrow, then this is good luck.
Okay.
And I'll take credit for that. And
They won't
We'll
win
get some exposure for that. They'll
won't
beat
win.
Cleveland. They always beat Cleveland.
Well,
That's
maybe they will.
the only team that they're beating. All right, get your beverage ready. We got some drinking to do. I got trivia. Make meat sauce look smart. And drinking, it's a great combination. All right, so the Twins' big losing streak, they're on pace to probably lose more games than they have before as the Twins. But my first question for drink, 1904, the Washington Senators.
Yeah.
That's their worst record as a franchise in history. Did they lose 110 games, 113 games, or 116 games?
I think it's 116.
Oh, no. Grab your beverage. 113.
Oh.
Yeah.
That wasn't an option.
I said 110, 113, 116.
Oh, you did? I thought you
Yeah, I
said
got it right.
112.
I gave you a multiple choice. I didn't even say like over, under, or ask for the number.
I thought you said 112.
No, 113. Well, we'll watch the tape. Last week you thought I said game show host, and I watched it. I said TV show host, not game show host. You got your Tyra Banks way wrong last week.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, all right.
I wasn't really listening.
That's as fired
I was
up
just
as
waiting
I
to
get.
talk.
All right, so question number 2, Colin Kaepernick, we've been talking about that. He, not standing up for the national anthem. Who was the last major sports athlete to do the same thing? It might even be in that paper that you're looking at right now.
Major sports athlete?
You're looking at the top. I see it right there. Don't.
Was it Hope Solo?
No. She's in here later. I'm not going to count that as a guess.
Was it like a major sport, like one of the big four sports?
It was NBA.
Because there was that girl way back in the day. I think I forgot which women's basketball team, but she refused to do it.
Oh. Well, see, I said NBA.
NBA.
1996, the clock's ticking. Boop.
No idea.
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, the shooting guard for...
How
there,
in
see,
the
I'm telling
hell
you,
would I know that?
because you read the paper.
There is one
Maybe it's
person
not
that
in
knows
there.
that. Him.
I heard it on the radio. It just wasn't you talking about it.
I don't know who that is.
You want me to throw you some softballs here
Yeah,
and see if you can get any right?
Is it in here?
I don't know if it's in that one. Now we might be getting into your wheelhouse. What video game movie was released this month 21 years ago?
21 years ago. That would be 1995.
His math is on. Good job, Minnetonka.
Mortal Kombat. Dang.
You nailed it. I figured that'd be yours.
Yeah, that, no joke, one of my really good friends who a week from now I'm going to Seattle with, that's one of his favorite.
Really?
He loves that movie. And I'm like, dude, you're a 34-year-old man
Yeah.
with children. He's like, I love that movie.
But you saw it when you were kids,
it's
so it just
horrible.
has that.
I've never seen it.
Really?
I've never seen it, no.
Oh, I thought that would be in your... Weren't you a video game nerd when you were that age?
Obviously, but I've never seen that movie.
Really? Well, watch it with your friend in Seattle.
No.
And
we
you
have
might
better
be
things to do.
enjoying other things.
Right.
I'll leave it right there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hashtag Fave7Films was trending just a week ago, and you tweeted out, I want you to name your 7 favorite films that you yourself tweeted, and I'll even give you some wiggle room here. Can you get 4 or 5 out of the 7?
Yeah, of course. Casino is 1.
Yeah.
Big Lebowski is
Yeah.
2. Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou is
Nice.
on there.
All right.
Oh, man.
You're slowing down now. You
Yeah,
got
I
those.
am. Life Aquatic. What else would I have put on there?
Oh, tick,
Um,
Jen, eh?
oh, yeah, Forrest
Yeah,
Gump.
there you go.
Um,
Then you got weird.
weird.
Yeah, movies. Weird movies.
I didn't put like Half Baked on.
No,
there, did
no.
I forgot. What are they? How do I not
Clockwork
remember?
Orange.
Oh, Clockwork Orange. Whales.
Silence of the Lambs.
Whales. Silence of the Lambs is a masterpiece of a movie. Have you seen it?
I have.
It's
yeah. I've
brilliant.
seen all of these that you.
It's a brilliant film.
Tombstone. Tombstone was 7. Tombstone. I am your Huckleberry.
That's such a great movie.
oh, it's a-
Tombstone. I forgot you were standing there. I love that. You're gonna do something. You're gonna just stand there and bleed. That's such a. If I ever got in a fight with somebody and actually like hit somebody, which I don't think I've ever done, and they were bleeding and they just looked at me, I would love if you could deliver that line. Every woman in the place would want to go home with you if you just
come up and
looked
say
at
hi?
him right in his eye and said, "What are you gonna do? Stand there? You gonna do anything, or stand there and bleed?" That's a brilliant line. How did I forget
that's
my
nice.
own movies? I've seen Tombstone about 100 times.
You got 5. Clockwork Orange. I've seen. I think it is just so bizarre.
But
I
it's-
think you have to be in the right frame of mind to
The
enjoy
beauty
that.
of Clockwork Orange is it's a metaphor for, I don't know. I used to know Clockwork Orange is a brilliant.
You knew
film.
more in your previous
My earlier,
life. Your teens.
when we would like watch it and then like break it down.
Nice.
We didn't have much to do. Clockwork Orange is a brilliant film. Don't
All right.
see it if you're not.
And don't let kids see it. That's I would say.
No. It
All
should
right.
be NC-17.
Last time out, we got our Twitter poll coming up. I'm hungry for tacos.
Who is it?
All right.
Cheers.
I think almost every line of Big Lebowski is quotable and can be used in
The
conversation.
first time I saw that movie, true story, my buddy who I'm going to Seattle with, we walked into the wrong theater. It was showing in 2 theaters. We walked in like an hour into it, and we're like,
What is
what
this?
is this? And I told his brother about a month or 2 later, I'm like, that movie sucks. He's
Yeah.
like, watch it again.
Yeah. See the first half, first
Genius.
hour.
It's just genius.
All right, Twitter poll. We asked how many tacos would you rate our show last week, and the viewers gave us 4 or more tacos. I didn't do the
what?
poll. I don't know. Would you eat 4 tacos
Let me
from Taco
guess,
Bell?
your mythical friend Todd.
My
did the
friend
poll.
Todd did it. Thanks a lot,
You don't
Todd.
have a friend Todd.
Yeah.
You're making up things.
Todd's right.
Stuff
Turn that
like
camera.
that.
See you next week.